Hey everyone, and welcome. Have you ever had that feeling, you're all in the living room, everyone's home, but there's this weird, quiet disconnection? Well, today, we are going to fix that. We are diving into 10 movies that I've handpicked, movies that are absolutely perfect for creating those warm, cozy family evenings we all crave. And look, these films are so much more than just entertainment. They're springboards for conversation, they teach kindness in the sweetest ways, and they really do bring everyone together. So if you're ready to trade that endless scrolling for some genuine shared memories, you are in exactly the right place. Let's get into it. Okay, I'm sure this picture looks familiar to a lot of you, right? It's that scene that has become so common. The whole family is technically together, but emotionally, we're all a million miles away, just lost in our own little digital worlds. I mean, I felt this in my own house, and it's this strange kind of lonely feeling, even though you're surrounded by the people you love most. And hey, this isn't about blaming technology or anything, it's just about noticing that a pattern is happening and deciding, you know what, we want something more than this. We want something real. So that's the big question, isn't it? How do we fix this? How do we make family night feel like it really counts again? Well, the answer is actually way simpler than you might think. It really just comes down to being intentional. And what better way to connect than through a truly great movie? In this explainer, we're going to show you exactly how picking the right film can be the key that unlocks everything, helping you rebuild those bonds one movie night at a time. Okay, let's really dive into the solution here. Because the magic, you guys, it isn't just in the movie itself. Nope, it's in the whole ritual you build around it. See, just throwing on a film while everyone's still kind of distracted and on their phones, that's not going to cut it. To make it count, we've got to elevate the whole thing from just passive viewing into an active shared event. Think of it like you're crafting an atmosphere. You're basically sending out a signal to everyone in the house that says, hey, for the next couple of hours, this is us. We're a team. We're stepping out of our own little worlds, and we're going to share this one together. This is how we move from that problem of disconnection to the beautiful, simple solution of just being together on purpose. It's about creating this little pocket of time that's sacred, protected from all the notifications and the noise of the outside world. It's declaring that this time right here, this time is for us. So what does this amazing ritual actually look like? Well, it's as easy as 1, 2, 3. Seriously. First, you pick the right mood. You have to ask yourselves, what do we need tonight? Do we need a good laugh, a big dose of wonder, or maybe a really heartfelt story about family? Don't worry, we're going to cover all of those moods today. Second, and this is my absolute favorite part, you add a themed snack. I know it sounds so simple, but I promise you it makes a huge difference. Like making marmalade toast for Paddington or some rich hot cocoa for a snowy movie. It just instantly makes the whole thing more immersive, more memorable. It creates this sensory link to the story. And third, and this part is absolutely crucial, you start the conversation. This is what transforms a movie into a real memory. It's about asking simple questions after the credits roll. Questions that let you see the movie through each other's eyes. It's not a quiz, it's a bridge. This little formula, it is the key to unlocking a truly fantastic family night. All right, let's get to our first category of films, and this is one that I feel is more important right now than maybe ever before. These are movies that are really, at their core, lessons in kindness. I mean, in a world that can feel pretty harsh and cynical sometimes, these stories are this gentle but super powerful reminder of why empathy and acceptance and just looking out for each other matter so much. They're not preachy or heavy. Instead, they model kindness in this way that's so natural and appealing that it just kind of sinks in, for kids and for us adults too. These are the films you put on when you want to fill your home with a feeling of warmth and genuine goodness. They're the kind of stories that leave everyone feeling just a little bit softer and more compassionate towards the world. And more importantly, towards each other. Okay. Let's kick things off with a film that is basically a 2-hour masterclass in politeness and decency, all wrapped up in the most charming, clumsy, and completely lovable package you can imagine, Paddington. This movie is just pure warmth from start to finish. We meet this little bear who arrives in London all alone, with this simple, hopeful note tied around his neck that says, "Please look after this bear." And right from that moment, his unwavering optimism and his very strict code of manners they just become the guiding light of the entire film. He is always, always trying to do the right thing, even when it leads to a spectacular marmalade-filled disaster. But what I love the most is watching the Brown family choose to take him in. They see a stranger who's in need, and even with all the chaos he brings, they choose acceptance. They make room for him. It's such a beautiful, simple model of empathy in action. It teaches us that kindness isn't always about these huge, grand gestures. It's in the small, everyday choices to be welcoming, to forgive a mess, and to offer someone a sandwich when they need it. Next up, we have a film that tackles the idea of looking beyond the surface with so much grace and so much heart, it's just impossible not to be moved. Wonder tells the story of Augie Pullman, a young boy with a facial difference who is about to enter a mainstream school for the very first time. I remember reading the book and just sobbing through parts of it, and the movie, thankfully, captures that same emotional depth perfectly. You know, at home, Augie often wears an astronaut helmet, and it's such a powerful symbol. It's his shield, right? It's the thing that lets him navigate the world without having to face the stares and the judgments of other people. But what makes the film so brilliant is that it doesn't just stay with Augie's perspective, it shifts. It shows us the story through the eyes of his sister, his friends, and other people in his life, which reminds us that, hey, everyone is fighting their own battle. It's this profound lesson in empathy, teaching us to consider the unseen struggles of the people around us, and most importantly, to always see the person, not just the appearance. And this brings us to what is, for me, the absolute core of the entire movie. This quote, this precept, it's delivered by Augie's teacher, and it is one of those lines that just sticks with you long after the movie's over. When given the choice between being right or being kind, choose kind. It's so simple, but it is so profound. I mean, think about it. How many arguments in our own families and just out in the world come from this desperate need we have to be right? This little sentence just offers a totally different path. It suggests that our connection to each other is so much more important than winning some debate. It's an incredibly practical piece of wisdom that a family can adopt right away. You could literally make it a family motto, write it on the fridge. It's the perfect conversation starter after the film. You can ask everyone, can you think of a time when you chose to be kind instead of being right? It's a beautiful, actionable takeaway that turns a movie night into a lasting lesson in character. Moving on to our second category. These are the movies you turn to when you just need a pure, undiluted dose of magic and joy. You know how life can be so stressful and heavy sometimes? Well, what we need in those moments is just to be transported. These films are the cinematic equivalent of a spoonful of sugar. They are absolutely filled with wonder, with optimism, and with this sense of nostalgic comfort that can totally reset the mood of an entire household. They remind us of the magic hiding in the everyday, the incredible power of a positive outlook, and the simple happiness that comes from a shared song or a moment of just pure, imaginative fun. If your family evening needs a lift, if everyone's feeling a bit weary or worn down, I promise you these are the films that will spark that light right back up. First in this category is a film with a heroine whose name has literally become synonymous with infectious optimism, Pollyanna. This is such a sweet, wonderful story about a young orphan who comes to live in this very proper, very stuffy, and frankly pretty gloomy town. But Pollyanna, she has a secret weapon against all the grumpiness and cynicism that she runs into. It's this simple little practice her father taught her, a game that has the power to transform even the bleakest of situations. And her unrelenting positivity, it isn't naive, it's a conscious choice. It's a discipline. She actively looks for the good in every single person in every situation. And slowly but surely, her perspective starts to ripple outwards, changing the hearts of everyone she meets. It's honestly the perfect movie for a gray, rainy day when spirits are low. It's just like a burst of sunshine on your screen. And this right here is her secret, the glad game. Oh, I love this concept so much. It's just so simple, but so powerful and so easy to bring into your own life. The rule is just this. In any situation, no matter how disappointing or how difficult it is, you challenge yourself to find something, anything to be glad about. There's this part where she receives a pair of crutches from a charity barrel instead of the doll she was hoping for, and she finds a reason to be glad. She doesn't need to use them. The movie shows how this tiny shift in focus, this deliberate act of gratitude, can completely reshape your reality. After you watch it, you can start your own glad game at home. Maybe at the dinner table, everyone shares one thing they were glad about that day. Or you could make a glad jar where you write down good things on slips of paper and read them out whenever someone needs a little boost. It's such a beautiful, tangible way to practice gratitude together. Next, we have a film that is just brimming with nostalgia and magic, Mary Poppins Returns. I have to admit, I was a little nervous about this one because the original is such a beloved classic. But Emily Blunt is just perfect. She completely captures that signature blend of sternness and warmth. This film manages to feel both brand new and comfortingly familiar all at once. The music is sweeping, the animated sequences are absolutely stunning, and it has that core message that a little bit of wonder can heal a family's heart. And what's so great about this movie is how it gives you so many practical ideas for bringing that magic home. There's a beautiful song called "The Place Where Lost Things Go." You could try singing it as a lullaby at bedtime, or you could get some sidewalk chalk and decorate the pavement like they do in the film. Or, my personal favorite, you could make some simple paper kites and find an open field on a windy day. It's all about taking that on-screen wonder and making it a real, tangible part of your family's life. This next film also features a magical nanny, but with this slightly different and I think brilliant twist. Nanny McPhee is fun, it's wise, and its magic is aimed at a very specific target. Not the children, but the adults. The household at the beginning of the film is just pure chaos. You've got 7 unruly kids and a widowed father who is completely and totally overwhelmed. But the film cleverly shows us that the children's behavior is really a symptom of the adults' grief and distraction. Nanny McPhee, played perfectly by Emma Thompson, arrives to restore order, but her lessons are really for the father. Her famous line, "When you need me but do not want me, then I must stay. When you want me but no longer need me, then I have to go," is all about the family learning how to function on its own again. It's a wonderful reminder that a family's rhythm and harmony so often starts with the grown-ups leading with consistency, love, and gentle firmness. For our final film in the magic category, we have something truly, truly special. If your family just needs to de-stress and sink into a state of pure, calm coziness, there is no better choice than Hayao Miyazaki's masterpiece, My Neighbor Totoro. This film is like a gentle dream. Seriously, there are no real villains, no high-stakes conflict, no frantic action scenes. It's simply the story of 2 young sisters who move to the countryside and befriend the gentle, magical spirits of the forest, including the giant, lovable Totoro. The magic here is quiet and understated. It's in the feeling of the wind, the sound of raindrops on an umbrella, the thrill of a giant cat bus appearing out of nowhere. It's a movie that values mood and atmosphere over plot, which makes it absolutely perfect for a quiet evening when you just want to unwind. It's the ultimate comfort film, a warm, restorative balm for a busy week. And while the magic of a forest spirit is enchanting, there's another kind of magic altogether, the kind you find in the beautiful, messy reality of family itself. So, for our third and final section, we're celebrating families as they really are, messy, complicated, and chaotic, but always, always full of love. These next films are for everyone who has ever looked at their own quirky, loud, imperfect family and thought, "We're a bit of a mess, but I wouldn't trade them for the world." These stories find the beauty in the flaws, the strength in the struggle, and the humor in the chaos. They remind us that family isn't about being perfect. It's about showing up for each other, no matter what. And what better way to start this section than with the Hoover family, all piled into their iconic broken-down yellow VW bus in Little Miss Sunshine. Oh my gosh, this family is the definition of dysfunctional. You've got a dad who's obsessed with his 9-step program to success, a suicidal uncle, a son who's taken a vow of silence, a grandpa with a serious wild streak, and a mom who is just trying to hold it all together. And right at the center of it all is little Olive, who gets a chance to compete in the Little Miss Sunshine pageant. The road trip to get there is a hilarious and heartbreaking disaster, but what emerges from that chaos is this incredible, fierce sense of loyalty. When things totally fall apart, they don't turn on each other, they rally. And the final scene at the pageant is one of my favorite movie moments of all time. It's a powerful, beautiful, and hilarious display of a family choosing to support one of their own, no matter how absurd the situation gets. It's a perfect film about resilience and unconditional love. If you're looking for a holiday movie that feels a little more true to life than most, look no further than The Family Stone. This film is just so brilliant at capturing that very specific kind of chaos and tension that can happen when you bring a new person into a super tight-knit family circle for the first time. The Stone family is liberal, bohemian, and brutally honest. And when the uptight, conservative girlfriend of one of the sons comes to visit, the personalities just clash in a huge way. I'm talking awkward dinners, passive-aggressive comments, and full-blown arguments. It's messy and it's uncomfortable, but it feels so real. And underneath all of that conflict, there's this deep, unbreakable bond. The film's ultimate message is so important. Your family might drive you crazy, they might not always understand you, but they are the people who will be there for you when it really, really matters. They're the ones who show up. This one is a huge personal favorite of mine. It's just pure, unadulterated warmth and charm. While You Were Sleeping tells the story of Lucy, a lonely transit worker played by the wonderful Sandra Bullock. She saves a man she has a crush on from an oncoming train, and through this hilarious misunderstanding at the hospital, his family comes to believe that she is his fiancée. And instead of correcting them, she kind of just leans into the lie because for the first time in a very long time, she feels like she belongs somewhere. She gets completely swept up into this big, chaotic, incredibly loving family. You watch her share meals, open Christmas presents, and have these quiet little conversations with them, and you just see her blossom. It's such a beautiful story about finding your people in the most unexpected way. It's a sweet, gentle reminder that love and connection can show up on any ordinary day and change your life forever. Finally, we have a film that I can only describe as a cinematic hug. The Holiday is the movie you put on when you want to feel completely and totally cozy. The entire atmosphere is just designed for comfort. You've got a charming, snow-covered cottage in the English countryside, roaring fireplaces, warm sweaters, and these heartfelt conversations. The story of two women who swap homes to escape their heartaches is just full of humor, romance, and genuine human connection. It's not a film with huge dramatic stakes or anything. It's a character-driven story about people finding kindness and healing when they least expect it. Honestly, watching it feels like being wrapped in a warm blanket with a mug of hot chocolate. It is the epitome of a feel-good movie and the perfect choice for a night when you just want to feel happy and hopeful. So we've journeyed through kindness, we've explored a little magic, and we've celebrated the beautiful mess of real family life. What I really hope you take away from all of this is that the movie itself, it's only half the equation. The real magic happens in the space that you create around it. It's in the decision to put the phones away. It's in the smell of that themed snack you made together. And most of all, it's in the conversations that happen after the credits roll, when you really get to see a piece of the story through the eyes of the people you love. That's the ritual. That's what turns a simple movie night into a core memory. The goal isn't just to watch a film, it's to share an experience. So here they are, 10 champions of the cozy family evening. Let's just take a quick look. For kindness, we have the wonderful Paddington and Wonder. For a dose of magic, you can try Pollyanna, Mary Poppins Returns, Nanny McPhee, or the beautiful, quiet calm of My Neighbor Totoro. And to celebrate those imperfect real families, there's Little Miss Sunshine, The Family Stone, While You Were Sleeping, and The Holiday. Does one of these feel right for your family right now? I challenge you, pick one this week. Try the 3-step ritual, the mood, the snack, the conversation, and just see what happens. So that's the final question. It's not just about what you'll watch, but about what story you'll choose to share. Because every one of these films is a shared language, a set of characters and ideas that you can refer back to for weeks and months to come. Will it be a story of choosing kindness, a story of finding something to be glad about, or a story that makes you all laugh at how perfectly imperfect your own family is? The choice is yours. The opportunity to connect, to laugh, and to create a lasting memory is right there, just waiting for you to press play. And I truly hope this list inspires you to do just that. Thank you so much for joining me for this explainer. If you found a new favorite for your family movie night, or if this inspired you to start a new tradition, Please hit that like button. It really, really helps us out. And be sure to subscribe and turn on those notifications because we have so many more ideas coming your way to help make your family time more meaningful. And hey, drop a comment below and let me know your all-time favorite family movie. I would absolutely love to read your suggestions. Thanks again for watching and happy viewing.